Good afternoon, buddies. I did just film this intro once already, but I was like, oh my gosh, put some effort in. So I just fancied a little catch up and a little chit chat. I've just finished watching Lydia Millen's latest vlog, where she was kind of talking about, so she'd had a couple of weeks obviously away from making videos, and it got me thinking actually. I think I have had these last 2 weeks, I think, have been the worst weeks that I've had this year, and I don't really know why. I think it might be a combination of factors really, but obviously with a heat wave, and I've had a really bad hay fever, which you can probably hear me. I sound just a little bit bunged up. I've got a constant headache, but I've also been feeling really overwhelmed, overstimulated, completely burnt out, emotional. Like yesterday, I had a Teams call for work, and I cried on the call. It was so embarrassing that I've never done that in my life. So yeah, I feel a little bit better today. I've just got a bit of a headache, just a little bit drained. I haven't slept very well. In fact, I haven't slept very well, I think, for a couple of weeks. But watching Lydia's video, I think she was talking about, just taking time off and things like that. And there doesn't really have to be some crazy dramatic reason. And again, this is not my career, so I don't have the same excuse as other YouTubers. But I don't know, I think my last video is a little bit half-assed, I always have this expectation, that I've committed now to. It's become a routine, weekly videos. I get a couple of comments. I actually don't know who's watching, although my subscribers have gone up to 303, so I'm really grateful for that. And this is a really fun hobby. I love it. And I know that I do have a few supporters. I get lots of DMs on Instagram. So it is nice, and I do like the fact that I'm providing something at least to somebody. But I don't know, I always feel as though I have to explain, because it's become such a habit now. I feel as though I have to explain how I'm feeling all the time. And if I don't post anything on Instagram, I think I've tricked myself into thinking that I have this responsibility, and I really don't, because this is not my career. This is a fun hobby of mine. But I think I'm loath to disappoint myself or let myself down, as well as, even if it's just 2 or 3 people, I'm loath to do it. I don't like letting people down. But I think I'm being a little bit too dramatic, to be honest. But also in my private life, I do have this expectation that I've got to always let friends know or family know where I am, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling. I have this pressure that if somebody sends me a text message, I have to let them know or reply to it. I have to reply to people, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels like that. But sometimes it's really overwhelming. And social media, I think having your phone on you all the time has become such a normal thing. And I was thinking earlier, a couple of years ago, I wasn't really on my phone. I wasn't watching live streamers. I'd watch YouTube, but it was usually people going on hikes. It was nothing that I had to. Nothing was heavy. I used to read books a lot. I used to hike every single weekend by myself, and I really, really enjoyed it. But now I just feel as though I'm kind of getting a little bit too glued to superficial things like social media, and it does have it grips you in a very clever way. Things like algorithm and things like that, it grips you, so you're scrolling and you want to see the next thing and the next thing and the next thing before you know it. So if I go and lay in bed at night and I'm looking at my phone and I've already prepared that I'm going to sit and read a book, that book's not getting read. I will be there for an hour or two scrolling, and that in itself is overwhelming. That in itself is overstimulating. So I just want to change a few habits, really. You know when people say go outside and touch grass, like literally. So yeah, I think I just got myself caught into a little rut, really, and caring too much about what is going on in things that are nothing to do with my life whatsoever. So there's that. Sorry, I'm waffling a little bit, but as everyone probably knows by now, I do love a good waffle. But yeah, I don't know, this week I've just felt awful. And I've had a chat this morning with my GP, and I know that this is very TMI, and this is very, well, I don't know. I think we have this expectation that we're not supposed to talk about these types of things on the internet, but so we've kind of had a chat, and we've kind of rejigged my medication a little bit. Obviously, I do take medication, and this week I've just really struggled with it. So, like, the medication that I'm on has caused me to put on weight. I get night sweats. Even when I'm out walking, I get really exhausted. And I just don't feel great at all. I'm just not doing the things that I love. Kind of losing the joy for the normal like the things that give me joy mainly are growing things, reading books, getting outdoors and hiking. Those are things that seriously bring me joy. And now this week I've just felt like nothing has brought me joy, and that's sad. And I don't think that is a very healthy way to live. So I've grabbed life by the and done something about it. So I want to get back to my usual self, and I want to expel any toxic bad habits, things that are not providing me with anything substantial, anything of worth or value, even including people. I seem to care way too much about people that don't offer value in your life. And I'm not talking about superficial value. I mean value as in, do these people make you happy, and do you make them happy? If the answer is no, and either these people are just space fillers, or they are negative people that you've given too much of yourself for, I mean, we should all treat ourselves as exclusive, I think. We shouldn't be giving ourselves our time, our energy, and our makeup and our essence to people that just are either going to exploit it or just don't value it. And I think that's another practice that I need to get into a bit more, is realising that my time, as well as everybody's time, is exclusive. It's exclusive to us. If you want it, you are going to have to prove that you are worth having that time and that energy. So, yeah, sorry, I'm waffling massively. Anyway, another update. I went to another thing actually I've really struggled with is I didn't go to my allotment in, I think, 4 or 5 days. So then that was adding to my anxiety, because even though these things bring me joy, I was thinking, oh, I've got to go to the allotment. I've got to go for a walk. I've got to read a book. These things they stopped becoming a joy. They started to become chores, because I knew that I felt like I had to do these things to be happy. So I didn't go to the allotment in 4 or 5 days, and I went there yesterday thinking, do you know what? All this hard work that I've put in this year, and I bet everything is dead and eaten, and I just completely lost the care for it. But I turned up. I have courgettes. I have courgette flowers, which usually means, so I think the flowers, they pollinate each other, and then those flowers, they turn into fruit. So it's only a matter of days now, and I'll have lots of courgettes. I've still got some in the greenhouse to go out, as well as cucumbers. My tomato flowers have all kind of dropped off, which usually means then fruit is about to form. I hope I have lots because I couldn't see too many. I'm really praying that I have lots. I have my first sunflower, so that is amazing. And I felt like when I saw this sunflower, I thought after the week that I've had, it I know this sounds silly, but sunflowers were my auntie's favourite flower, and it was kind of like having, obviously she passed away recently, and we were best friends, so I don't know, it kind of meant, it just felt like a little hug from above. So yeah, that just meant a lot to me. My potatoes, I think, are ready to harvest. Lettuces, you know what, the slugs can have them at this point. I'm just beyond care. So yeah, what else? Everything pretty much in the greenhouse has died. But this is not greenhouse weather. I shouldn't even be going into the greenhouse. I just get really nervous about planting things directly outside because I don't know what it is. But later on, I think I bought 26-foot bamboo canes to create some supports. So I'm going to create some supports, and I'm going to obviously wrap them in like twine, create these supports for my tomatoes, because they are getting really, they're spreading outwards now rather than, because they haven't got any support, so they're just all over each other and they're just sort of going like that. My courgettes as well, they are also doing the same thing. They're spreading out, and I want them to kind of have a thing to, I want to look like a professional, buddy. Okay, I look at everybody else's allotments and I'm like, you can see this is my first time. It looks pretty, but it's just very wild, which I guess maybe is a true representation of myself. But I'm going to take those canes down later when it's a little bit cooler, give everything a water. But when I saw it yesterday, I just thought, this looks so good. I have loads of wildflowers, and I don't know what to do because, I mean, obviously I like fresh flowers in my home, but I don't know much about gardening. I don't know whether if I trim some, is that then it? I don't know. So yeah, that's the update, buddy. And I feel a lot better now. I think I just need to get back into, I think I've been feeling a bit lost this week, and a bit alone and isolated, and just unhealthy habits that are not providing me with anything except misery. And it's time that changed, because I do feel as though I've wasted quite a lot of this summer already, and that sucks because I do suffer with SAD. So by the time I love autumn, but by the time winter comes, or late autumn, I really need to get myself into a proper headspace. So anyway, that's enough ranting from me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll catch you later, buddies. Good afternoon, buddies. So I have made the best salad ever. A bit unusual though. I've eaten most of it, but I've made a smoked paprika chicken. There's obviously olives, leaves, feta tomatoes, cucumber, but I have added pomegranates. Because when I was in America once, I had this salad, and it was basically chicken. It was a standard chicken salad, but it had pine nuts in it and strawberries. So I thought, I'm going to do that. But I've used pomegranate instead of pine nuts and strawberries. But yes, it's very, very delicious. I love pomegranates. It's a beautiful day today. Georgie is on his favourite spot on the armchair.